Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about a game that came out 4 years ago. I'm probably going to be one of the last channels to review this, but this is definitely one of the most impressive platformers I've ever played, and if you have a Nintendo Switch, you have to own this. It's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So this game takes the whole Donkey Kong formula to the next level. This time you can play not only as Donkey Kong, you can play as Dixie, Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, and Cranky Kong. You know, as a fan of the three original Donkey Kong Country games, I'm really happy to see how much care and effort they put into this game, and it was just a lot of fun. Now, this game originally came out on the Wii U, but from the recent Switch release, the newest addition is Funky Kong. Now, Funky Kong almost operates like an easy mode, but I would hardly call this game easy. It's definitely not. You're still going to have challenges. Just in his case, he has 5 hearts, and he can get through obstacles a little bit easier because of his board. And also with Funky mode, this is a mode you select when you start the game, so you're not stuck with using Funky Kong. You can actually switch back to Donkey Kong, although he'll have an extra heart. So this game gives you a different variety on how you want to play in terms of difficulty. Another cool addition they added to the Donkey Kong formula is each Kong has its own different feel, and they have their own quirks to them. So like Cranky Kong can like hop on spikes, Dixie Kong can hover. Diddy's equipped with a jetpack, which operates similar to Dixie's hover, but except it gives you short bursts. So I personally prefer using Dixie in terms of navigation. And this game goes even further in terms of how each Kong feels different. So for example, when your Kong meter's full, you get your special ability. And in Diddy's case, when he triggers it, he turns all the enemies on the map into red balloons. So it's really cool. They all have their different quirks in that sense. Now, even in 2023, this game really stands out as one of the best platformers ever. And one of the reasons of that is just because the level of meticulous detail they put in each level. From just making each level feel alive, they really stick to different themes, and you can't really find many other platformers that take it to the level as Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze has. And not to mention the replay value each stage. There's different, obviously the Kong letters that you collect, and once you collect those even unlock other hidden stages. So there's tons of collectibles and unlockables. They're a lot of fun. I'm not usually huge into collectibles and platformer games, but this game really gives a good reward for taking that extra second to explore. And this game is also complete with an in-game shop, not with real money, but it helps you buy in-game items with a currency called banana coins. Then you can unlock different things like balloons to give you extra lives. And then speaking about collectibles, another cool thing is these puzzle pieces that you will have to gather in a particular world. And when you gather them all, you get this special K, not talking about the cereal, but from Kong. And these unlock super tough levels. They don't even have checkpoints or Kong letters. Now, Tropical Freeze, if you want to just beat the game and focus on the main objectives, will run you about 10.5 hours. However, if you're a completionist and want to get all the collectibles, it'll take around 32 hours to get 100% completion. Now, back to the huge attention to detail, they not only paid huge attention to detail to each level and how it was crafted, but in terms of movement, there's so many variations of each animation, depending on if you hold, like, for example, you can be going down a slide, and if you hold left, he'll try to resist going down the slide. So there's different modifications depending on what buttons you press. And the level of detail doesn't end just on movement as well. Also the way you interact with the environment. I would almost compare it like the same level environmental interaction as Mario Odyssey. Every little nook and cranny has some sort of secret in it, and it's so much fun to just explore each level and find every time you play a level, it's like a different experience, and that's how platformer games should be. Games like Super Mario Bros. Deluxe really need to start taking notes. Yeah, and from the get-go, the music in this game is just excellent. Some of the tunes they play just are so catchy. Everyone's gonna love the music in this game. I'm gonna be very hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't like the music in this game, because it's just excellent. So in terms of music, it's just 10 out of 10. There's nothing more to be said about that. Now, another thing about this game is just the beauty in the graphic style. It's just a beautiful looking game. You wouldn't even know it's a Wii U port, but that's what this game is. And not only that, this game has really good looking cutscenes. I wish there were more of them. They're really funny and fun to watch, but just really impressed by the overall visual style in this game. Now there's a huge specific reason why I chose to review this game, because this game is a perfect example when a company decides to spend their time on their game, you know, on each level, rather than trying to push out DLCs and patches later. This is a complete game right from the get-go, and that's why I can easily say it's worth the full price of a mission. I just recently got it on sale. I think it was at $53 Canadian. But I can even recommend this at full price, because this is one of the few games nowadays that are just complete right out of the box. You're going to have everything you need. Now, another thing about this game that some might not like, but I personally like, is just the overall difficulty. This game's not going to hold your hand too much. I mean, even with Funky Kong, this game is extremely difficult, and you're going to find yourself, you know, dying repeatedly. But that's the fun of it, right? You learn the different levels. And most times I've died in this game is because of mistakes I've made that I was in control of. It wasn't over the game, you know, a lack of game design or some randomness. It's all because of, you know, I messed up, and that's how it really should be. Anywho, I didn't want this to be a super long video. I just think this game's a perfect case study how games have kind of went downhill in recent years, and how great it is when a company just takes time on their game. So I'm going to give Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze a 9 out of 10, one of the best platformers ever. And, you know, I definitely recommend this to anyone who has a Switch. Everyone should have this. Definitely get this before you get Mario Bros. Deluxe, okay? That's all for my video today. If you like this type of content, please check out my channel and consider subscribing. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.